Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some books I got. I got these books from Bookoutlet.com and they have a really good sale going on where you can get any fiction book for $5.99. And I'm going to be linking a code below that you can use to get $5 off your own purchase if you want to shop the sale. This is not a sponsored video, it's just a referral link that anyone can use. But yeah, these are getting a little heavy, so let's get started. The first book I got was The Candy House by Jennifer Egan. I heard such good things about this, and it seems like this is like a Black Mirror dystopian-esque book. And this is about a technology that's called Own Your Unconscious. And this technology is allowing you to access every single memory you've ever had. And it also gives you the opportunity to share your own memories, but this is in exchange for other people's memories. So based on this summary, I would say that this is probably going to be diving deeper into topics of privacy and how far we would go to give up privacy. Hopefully lots of social commentary, which I always enjoy. What I also heard is that there are a few characters in here and their stories are somehow connected. And that's also something I really enjoy in books. Oh, and then another thing to note is that Jennifer Egan is a Pulitzer-winning author, so the bar is high. And then the next book I have is The Unwedding. And as you can see, this was a Reese's Book Club pick one month. And to me, that's not always really the selling point because their book club picks are hit or miss for me. But this book has a few things going on that I really like. Number one, the setting. It's set in Big Sur, which is one of the most beautiful places on earth, in my opinion. Number two, it's a thriller, which is my favorite genre. And then number three, it's an isolated setting. And in here we follow a woman who was supposed to be celebrating her 20th wedding anniversary in Big Sur, but it's saying she's traveling solo, and as far as I can tell, we don't know why. Now she's at this beautiful resort in Big Sur by herself, and to make things worse, there's a huge wedding party at the resort. So I'm guessing she's not having a great time. And to top that off, our main protagonist is then discovering the body of the groom floating in the pool. And as the police are on their way, a mudslide takes out the road to the resort and everyone is trapped. So as you can tell, this is sounding like one of these Agatha Christie-esque books, and I always enjoy those stories, so I cannot wait to jump into this. And next up, we have the dreaded sticker. It's actually one of these stickers that you can remove, and it's not one of these stickers that is printed on the cover. And here we follow a group of 3 women, and they've been friends for over 30 years. They're dreaming of retirement, and then they find out that their husbands have taken out 7-figure insurance policies. So, you know, naturally they want to go after them and hire a hitman. And then it says that the husbands also have some sort of retirement scheme going on. So when I read this, I thought this could be a really fast-paced cat and mouse story. So I'm very excited for this one as well. And then those were all the paperback copies, and I have 3 more hardcovers. I was super intrigued by Retreat because, first of all, this was written by Krysten Ritter, one of my absolute favorite actresses, and I had no idea she was writing books. And it's also about a con artist, and con artists are one of my favorite things to read about in thrillers because those stories are usually super fast-paced. And not only that, it's also really fun to read from a con artist's point of view because they always know more than the rest of the characters. And this is set in a Mexican villa, so I feel like this could be a good summer read. And then another book I'm super excited about is Bye Baby by Carola. This is the same author who wrote Tell Me Lies, which was also recently made into a Hulu show, and I loved that book. If you like reading about toxic relationships or toxic people in general, you should definitely read that one, and then also watch the Hulu show because I think they did a phenomenal job with that. And I can't wait for the 3rd season, which is I think coming out in early 2026, but yeah, that cliffhanger from season 2, I can't get over it. I have to know what happens next. And I know when it comes to toxic relationships, a lot of people recommend Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings, but I DNF'd that one. I thought the writing was really repetitive and I couldn't get into the story. I think I got almost halfway through and I just couldn't read it any longer. So if you also did enjoy Magnolia Parks as much, then maybe you should check out Tell Me Lies. But either way, I would recommend it anyway. But yeah, I really like Carola's writing in Tell Me Lies, so I'm really excited to dive into this one because Tell Me Lies I read in 1 or 2 days. So here we follow two women who have been best friends since childhood, and then one of the women is kidnapping the other's baby. And then their relationship completely unravels from there. So yeah, this sounds like we're going to be exploring yet another toxic friendship, and I can't wait to read it. I know I'm going to eat this up. So then the last book I was really shocked by when I took it out of the box because I didn't realize that it has almost 500 pages. And I told you before that I have big book fear. So if you have big book fear too, please let me know in the comments and let me know that I'm not alone with this. But the book I'm talking about is Here One Moment by Liane Moriarty. And Liane Moriarty is best known for Big Little Lies, which was made into a huge HBO show. And I actually think they're going to come out with yet another season, which is of course not based on the books at this point anymore. But I would both recommend the book and the show. Very well done. And then I read a few other books by her. There was another book that was made into a Hulu show. I think it was 9 Perfect Strangers. And I'll be honest, I wasn't a super big fan of that one. I didn't particularly enjoy the book or the show. But as far as I can tell, they just came out with a 2nd season of the Hulu show, so I guess people liked it. And here we follow a group of people on an airplane, and there is a woman on the plane who tells other passengers when they're going to die and how. Now that really piqued my interest because this sounds like Final Destination. And of course, in the beginning, these people are just laughing it off and they don't believe this woman. But then all of a sudden, people start actually dying the way she predicted. And this also sounds like some of these character stories are somehow intertwined and it all comes together in the end, which once again, I really like. So these are all the books that I got from the book outlet sale, and the sale is still going on through December 2nd. And once again, I'm just going to leave a code down below that you can use. And all of these books were just $5.99, even the hardcover. So I think that's a really good deal. And their selection also changes a lot depending on what kind of shipments they get in every day. So you should definitely check back periodically and see if there's anything else that you want to get. And as always, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss any other of my book videos. And I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye.